Hey, we're live. Yay. Everything's working, all our technology's sorted out. Hi, everyone. We're here today to talk about the wonderful Majacraft wheel, the Suzie and the Suzie Pro. And Glynis is spinning on hers right now, spinning some lovely Corriedale. And you can see it's a, oh, hang on, I've got to turn off my screen. There we go. Yep, it's a really smooth wheel. I don't know as much about it as I do about my lovely aura and the little gems. So Glynis is going to tell us a whole bunch more about this wheel. And I know one of the questions people often ask is, what makes this different from the other wheels, and why would they choose this one over that one? It's always a hard decision to make which wheel to buy. It's a big purchase, and they're all good. So, Glynis, there's a whole history to the Suzie, isn't there, that we don't have sort of written up anywhere. It's one of the wheels you've been making for quite a long time, I think. Oh, she just needs to swap headphones here. There we go.
Sorry, Susie.
Yay!
Big technology change here.
Oh, we did good with that. It all worked.
Yes, so Susie was the original Majacraft wheel, and so it's been going for over 30 years now.
It's a long time. And I think I've seen some really old Suzies around as well, actually, at some of the spinnings locally. They last really well.
The evolution has been quite interesting over the years, and I know that when it started off, it was a solid spine.
Yeah.
And it had a head that had a whole lot of holes in it.
What were the holes for? I don't think I've seen that.
Never having actually had one other than to look at. I think that it was to move the head over, but I'm just a bit unsure. Because at one stage also it had what we used to call a spade handle, and it was just like the handle of a garden spade. So
that doesn't sound too amazing design.
It was quite primitive when it started.
Yeah, they certainly changed a lot. The earlier ones I've seen, I don't think they've been as early as the ones with holes, but they've been quite sort of squared off looking, and it's, you can still tell it's a Majacraft wheel and that it's, that it's a Suzie, but it definitely has evolved over time, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. A lot of the changes have been aesthetic rather than anything else, and we've rounded off a lot of corners and generally improved the appearance of it.
It is a beautiful wheel.
I know, I really like them. One of the things that we did that was really good was we changed the screws in the wheel for JCB bolts so that it could be put together and taken apart more quickly and easily. And that's been really good, I think, much easier for people to put them together.
Yeah.
The other thing that happened over the years was we used to have a laminated drive wheel, and what used to happen with that was that sometimes it, just tell me where to look. I know, but it's hard. The laminated drive wheel. We used to laminate Remu on the MDF, but with the climate differences around the world, especially in the drier climates, the wood would move, and they moved and expanded at different rates, and so the wheels were not as stable as we would have liked. So we ended up going to the veneered MDF, which is very stable, obviously. Yep. And around that time, we also had a local artist, Sharon O'Callaghan, who's a really lovely lady and very talented. And she was the one who drew the clematis design for the Suzie and also the rose design for the aura. One of the things I was going to mention, though, Suzie, was where the names came from, because I thought that might have been an interesting thing.
Yeah, definitely, because I've had people ask me if I had anything to do with it being called Suzie. First of all, it is spelt differently, and I wasn't around, 30 years ago spinning, so it's nothing to do with me. But I don't know the origin of that. So,
well, I'll go right back to the Majacraft name, and the gentleman who started off Majacraft was a chap by the name of John Arlott, and he was married to a very nice lady called Mosey, And so they used their initials, Mosey and John Arlott Craft. So that's the MAJA.
Ah.
They had a daughter, Suzie. And so the Suzie Wheel was called after their daughter. And I met her one day at a music, well, sort of like a garden music thing. And
Mm-hmm.
she came up to me and she said, "Did you know the wheel was named after me? I'm Suzie." So
Oh, that's cool.
was quite interesting. And one of the other wheels that he did was also the Tiny Tim. Now, his son was Tim, and he was younger than the Suzie, so they were named after his children.
Oh, so it wasn't anything to do with the Dickens Tiny Tim.
No, no, they were named after his kids. So,
that's actually really nice.
That was rather interesting, yes. So then we, after we took over the business, 1996. So it's our 21st this year.
Oh, congratulations! Wow,
Party.
a big party.
Yes. So we designed the rose, and that was in many ways in response to people wanting a more traditional looking wheel.
Mm-hmm.
The solid drive wheel took some people a bit more getting used to than others, and so we did the rose, and that was named really after Princess Diana at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Then we came along to the Millie, and the Millie was the Millennium.
Oh,
so
I wouldn't have guessed that.
No. It's all bit, and the little gem at the time we were in partnership with John and Mary McTavish, and Owen came along with the gem which he had designed and constructed at home, really trying to try it out and see how it went. And Mary said, "Oh, what a little gem." So that was where that came from. Then we had the Pioneer, and the Pioneer was really named as a way of acknowledging people who were looking for new adventures.
Yeah. Well, it's really the entry-level wheel, the Pioneer, isn't it?
Yes,
of the Majacraft range.
So it has various connotations like that.
That's the hard worker.
John Arlott also had a wheel called the Polly and the Pollyanna. One of them had a double treadle where you used it as a one pedal. It worked together, and the other one was separate, and I have no idea where that came from. Then we had the Aura, and that was named by Lexi Boga, and it was named after her signature yarn, which was a very difficult yarn to do, and she was
a beautiful one as well.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
and so that was named after that. So that's the origin of the names, anyway.
Yeah, quite a diverse range of origins, because the names they all see, you can see there's connections between them, but I didn't realize there was such diverse origins for them all. It's actually really cool. So tell me a little bit more about the Suzie Wheel. I know it's got the solid drive wheel, and it's Scotch tension, isn't it? So it's nice for a range of spinning.
Yes.
It fits all the accessories that you guys make, so it really can be specialised into fine spinning or bulky spinning.
Well, the Suzies always are. It's like our base wheel. It's the one that we probably use to test everything on. We everything pretty much, other than the overdrive, everything has been designed on and for the Suzie, and that's the wheel that it will work on. Things like the high-speed head will work on the rose, but by the time you get it cranked up on a rose, you're starting to find it's quite heavy to treadle with the big drive wheel. And so, as I say, it was designed with the Suzie in mind originally. So it's not only a great workhorse, it uses all our accessories.
Right. So if I wanted to suddenly change my spinning life into lace and very fine spinning in large quantities, then the high-speed head would be ideal with the Suzie for me.
The high-speed head works absolutely fantastically on the Suzie. also, if you want to go fast but not that fast, then the fast wheel is, or the high-speed wheel is really very good.
Yeah.
But the lace kit and the high-speed head certainly make
Yeah, and the high-speed head is interesting,
really
isn't it? Because it's got like an accelerator on it.
Yes, it's called a multiplying head, but don't ask me why.
It sounds like maths.
Yeah, it sounds like maths. It has a belt running between two wheels or pulleys, and then the larger the pulleys attaches to the drive wheel.
Yeah, so it's more than
So
just adding a smaller pulley on it. It's actually adding
yes,
speed to the smaller pulley as well.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah. I think
yeah.
I need to try one of those out sometime.
You probably do.
I've got the overdrive has been my go-to accessory for spinning the big
The
bulky
trouble for you,
yarns.
Susie,
But
is you haven't got the right wheel. You'll just have to come
yeah,
and see us, and I'll let you borrow.
I'll come and have a play.
You can
Yeah,
borrow mine.
yeah, that would be cool.
Um,
So you've got two Suzies though. There's the Suzie Pro and then there's the Suzie Standard. So what's the difference with those two? Because this is a question people have asked me as well. What's the difference
okay.
and which one should I get?
You can see I'm absolutely stuck for words here. The Suzie was the original wheel.
Hmm.
And John Arlott, at one stage, for reasons unknown, I suppose perhaps maybe it was um, easier to paint the wheel than it was to laminate it. I don't know. Maybe it was because of the issues that arose from time to time with the laminations. But anyway, he started up the Suzie Pro, and at that time the drive wheel was about 25% heavier on a Suzie Pro than on a Suzie.
That's
And that gave,
substantially heavier, isn't it?
yes, it gave
Yeah.
a lot more inertia, and
Yeah.
it spun absolutely fantastically. And of course it was a really good production wheel,
Mm-hmm.
and that was why he called it the professional.
I know quite a few people have bought it specifically as a production wheel for their people that are selling through Etsy and so on, and they swear by it because it just goes and goes and goes and goes, and
Yeah.
it's easy to spin on. You don't get tired spinning on it.
No, no. It's absolutely excellent. However, with the changes that we have made over the years, most specifically in changing to the MDF drive wheel on the Suzie, which is now a flat wheel rather than sculpted like it used to be, and as the Suzie Pro is, the difference is much, much less now. And obviously, because they're handmade, there's individual variations, but they're quite close in weight now. So then it starts to get down to which one do you prefer the look of.
Yeah, yeah. Some people really like the sort of modern look of the painted wheel, and plus you can customize them, and this is seriously cool. You can get whatever color you like on your drive wheel. It doesn't have to be
Absolutely.
the Suzie Pro green. I've seen some amazing colored wheels that people have had done, and even I think, who was it? Was it Melissa down south, and she got the orange customization and also the
Yes.
pulleys as well. Did you do those
Yes.
orange too?
Yes, we
Looked
did.
fantastic.
Yes.
I really love that idea. So the Suzie Pro gives you that option
It
for
does.
changing the color of your drive wheel on it.
It
So
does. Now the colour that's all the go at the moment is ink.
that is so cool.
Just
I
in
love
case
that.
those people haven't seen the rose bright colour,
That's
we have
gorgeous.
we've got a number of pioneers ordered in rose bright, so
Mm-hmm.
um, we'll be doing some of those in the next few days. But
Pioneer's painted up with that color.
yes,
Oh,
yes,
oh, that's
yes, quite
exciting.
good.
Yeah.
Yes,
So you could also get your Suzie Pro done in that colour
you
too, and
could.
get the matching
You could.
bobbins. In fact,
Mm,
you guys now you've got the three colours. You've got the green and the purple, and now the rose bright pink.
yes,
So these are each the
yes,
colour of the year, and this year it's rose bright. Yay! Because we had a
yes.
vote on it.
Well, you
Not that
did,
I
and
voted for
what a
that
mission
colour.
it was trying to get the colour
I
matched perfectly
know. Yeah,
at the people who make the bobbins for us. But anyway, they've done a pretty good job now, and we're
they look
happy. So
amazing.
we
Yeah.
hope you will be too.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to color coordinate stuff. I know it's a little thing. It's not game changing or anything, but it's just really nice and fun to have different colors, and that's why I like the option of customizing the wheels too.
Well, this is really all it is, because some people would say, oh, I don't know if I like green, if it was
Oh,
something
Chantel's got
else I would like.
too much, Chantel. Yeah. Yeah.
So Chantel's saying something, is she?
Yeah, she doesn't like the pink.
Oh,
You'll have to wait till next year, Chantel.
yeah. Choose a different colour next time, Chantel.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yours is purple,
Actually,
Chantel. In the
the
poly.
pink
That's
is
really cool.
the pink is pretty though. Even
It
I
is.
think it's pretty.
It is
Yeah, it's
pretty. It
nice
is
in real
pretty.
life.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I
Um,
like that you can, like, start collecting all the different colours as well. In fact, I'm
mm,
sad. I've only got the purple one. I never got one of the green ones, lime green ones, but I like those too. They're really pretty. So next year will be another colour and another vote.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
Oh, makes it rather interesting.
yeah.
Um, one of the things to mention probably about the Suzie, I'm just looking here trying to think of things I need to bring up. We've got a bobbin bar on the front, as you can see,
Hmm.
and that's really a bobbin storage, but you can
Yes, it's
fly
not
on it.
really a lazy Kate, is it? But
It's not really a lazy Kate, but some
mm,
people like me just do what's quickest and easiest, and I do ply off it, especially if I haven't got only if I haven't got a lacy Kate near me. You don't get the angle right, so therefore it's much more difficult to get a
yeah. Although
nice
you can draw it
a
out
good fly.
and then ply it back
But
in. So
yeah, and it does the job, and it's there, so it works pretty well.
yeah.
Um, and the other thing about it is you can use all the different flyers on the Suzie too, which is
Hmm.
always nice. So the bobbins all fit, the flyers all fit.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
So what more do you need to know, Susie?
I don't know. Have we got any questions? I don't think anyone's got any burning questions in the chat. Apart from, I'm just going to ignore the whole orange thing that Andy's bringing up about the bobbins.
Well, the thing about the Suzie is it's really quite intuitive, and
Yeah.
it's just so easy to use. And
Well, yeah, people can just get on it
yeah,
and spin and they're away.
yeah,
It's a
yeah,
breeze. It really is a breeze. I don't think there's much of a learning curve with it. I have had people ask me, what's the difference between the Aura and the Suzie Pro? Because in some ways they look similar. They've both got the solid wheels and so on. They both fit all the accessories. The difference really is in the tension system, and the
yes.
Aura has the double drive that gives you. I mean, you can use it like a winch with these great big bulky yarns. So that's probably the only real difference, I guess, isn't it? Is the
It's a much slower wheel too.
yeah, the
Slower.
ratios.
Mm.
Yeah, because
And
it's designed for the art yarns, so you need to be able to go slow and a lot of stop starting as well with it. So really, it comes down to what you got to be spinning the most, and
well,
that guides your choices.
The Susie's a wheel that you can pretty much do anything on.
Mhm.
It's got a good range of ratios, and if you change some pulleys, and you'll get an even greater range.
Yeah.
If you're wanting to do mainly fine spinning, probably the rose is a good choice.
Hmm.
If you're wanting to do a lot of art yarns, the Aura is a good choice.
Yeah.
You want to do a bit of everything. There's nothing wrong with this,
Yeah,
Susie.
yeah. Plenty of people bring them along to workshops that I'm teaching, and I don't see anyone struggling with them with the art yarn
No.
workshops. So, they're good, solid wheels that just do the job. They do what you ask them to do. And I think that's, the most important requirement for a spinning wheel.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. And that, they've just got a really nice presence to them as well. You often see people struggling away with something on their wheel. It might be the hooks, or it might be the wheels walking, or it's not stopping, starting easily. But the Suzie, it just works. Everything just goes. It's wonderful.
Another
And
thing about the customization, Susie,
yeah.
is that when you purchase a new wheel, when you order it, you can order it with the fine flyer if you prefer, or you can order it, if you want to have all jumbo bobbins and a wildflower and aura fly, something
Okay,
like
so you
that.
can sort of customize your order. You can
You can
like mix and
customize it.
match your
Yes,
wheel. So you
yes.
say, well, I want this wheel and I want this head on it and I want this set of bobbins with it.
Yeah,
And
I
oh,
don't
that's
want
cool.
any standard bobbins, and so we just deduct the value and sort it out that
Yeah,
way, so you
yeah,
can have it set up
yeah.
basically to suit you right from the start.
So people can do that through the dealers. So just
Yes,
check it
yes,
with the dealer and say, okay, I want to organize my purchase, so you don't end up with 3 standard bobbins when you actually are also buying jumbo bobbins and only want jumbo bobbins. You can
Or you
just
want all lace
exchange it.
bobbins.
Yeah. Oh, I love those lace bobbins. They're so cute.
Yeah.
I use them for decoration, Gwen, if they're up on my shelf.
Oh, do you? I'm wondering if people are looking at your lovely lights in the background there, Susie.
Oh, they're changing colour too, aren't they?
They're cute, because I really like them, and a lovely shawl hanging up too.
I actually, that was actually my Christmas tree this year. We were sort of mid-house moving over Christmas, really. We just moved in and we were moving out again soon. And I couldn't really face getting a whole Christmas tree this year, although I love Christmas. And I thought, oh, well, we'll get lights. And I ended up hanging it over that's my dummy with shawls and things wrapped around it. And I liked it so much. I thought, oh, I'm going to have that all year round. I don't have to just have that at Christmas just because it's Christmas lights. So, yeah. Yeah. Really and on a dull day, it's, I don't know, makes me feel good.
Did you get those in New Zealand, or are they from Holland?
Oh, no, I got them in New Zealand.
Did you?
Yeah, they're really cool.
Wow.
I like the size of them. They're about that big.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
And I've started, decorating. I've got some shawls hanging up, and I've got my wheels out in the living room, and I've got to set my loom up soon as well. So looking forward to getting it. I've actually got. Shall I show you what I've got for my loom? Hang on. I'm excited about this. I need to make cushions, and I spun this on the Aura. This is one of Janet Day's bats that I bought at Majacraft camp, and I just loved the colours. I couldn't resist the colours. And then
she's amazing with colour work.
Oh, her colours are beautiful. Janet Day's in Australia. She's lovely. And then I bought this. Hang on, let me see the colours. Okay. At the stand right next to Janet, and this is from Five to Go from Lynn Walsh. And it was gold gradients, and I put these two together. Oh my God, that's just perfect.
I remember seeing you do that.
Yeah, I did it at camp. Yeah. And look how long it's been sitting here now, waiting for me to weave it. But it's going to be cushion covers. I'm going to make cushions from it because it's actually really cuddly. So I'm going to, So that's my next weaving project. And so one was spun on the Aura, and the other was spun on the little gem.
Very good.
I like being able to have 2 projects on at once as well, I must admit. So I think we've covered everything. Hang on. Someone has a question. T. Brown is asking, with the wheel wood, is there a stain colour that can be used to cover scratches? Okay, so dents and scratches in the wheel. What's the best way to reduce the look of those? I know you can't always get them to disappear, but sort of hide them a bit. Is there maybe a way?
Going back into the dim dark ages of when we first took over the business, and I seem to recall that Tim Arlott was using linseed oil.
Oh, yeah.
Now, we haven't used that in 20 years, so I just a little bit hesitant, but I think you can do that. If you've got petals and things that are really badly marked and you're concerned about it, you can send them back to us and we'll refinish them for you.
Okay.
Because obviously, things do wear over time. Otherwise, I've always got this notion that you could make some really nice felt pads to go on the petals. I probably already said this in one of the other things because I keep banging on about it. And if I had anything about me, I'd go and make some, and then you could all see what I'm talking about. But of course,
who was it? We saw somebody. It was when I saw you guys in Holland, and we were at Dinaca's, and someone was there with one of your wheels, and she had made petal covers. Had she felted them, or was it sheepskin? I can't remember.
We did make sheepskin ones at one stage.
Yeah,
it's just for a wee while, just as
I've toyed with the idea because I have got dents and dings on my petals, but I actually love the wood so much I didn't want to cover it up. So
it's a bit like wrinkles and things, I think, Susie.
Yeah.
As you get older.
A good life. That's what it is.
Yes.
It's a good life.
Well lived.
Yeah. Never wants to be perfect and dull. So.
No.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm standing down an old table at the moment, and it was one that we had as children. And I'm leaving, some of the marks and dents in it because we made those when we were kids. That's part of our history. So I'm actually leaving, evidence in that. I'm not taking it back to be perfect. So I think it's the same for me anyway with the spinning wheel. Is, you know, every dent or ding is something that I've created. You know, the first one's always the hardest one. After that, it's sort of like, oh yeah, okay, that's all part of the wear and tear on it. It's within reason. I'm trying to be as careful as I can. But I have seen, and actually, I think it's quite nice in the winter to have covers like felted or sheepskin on the
Yes. Well, there is a
pedals
lady
because
in the
it's comfort as
States
well.
who makes them, but you've got to fix them so that they don't slide around.
Yeah,
Really.
yeah.
That's the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I
So
think we have covered everything. And how's your notes looking, Glynis? Have we
well, I think
ticked
I've
them
had a
off?
bit of this because I had to write notes just in case I had to think of something to say.
I,
And you know me, I don't stop talking for long. The only sort of thing that I do wonder, and I mean it can be looked up on our Majacraft website, is about the ratios that you can get. And of course, you've not only got the ratios that are the most obvious, but you can turn your wheel around and you can have it lined up with different grooves, which gives you a whole lot of ratios. I think there's about 11 on a standard Suzie, but
that's a lot.
yeah, so it's got a fair lot. And then
So
of course
when you're
every
talking
time,
about turning the pulley around, you mean you actually take it off and turn it around and put it back on the other way around?
yeah. Well, it just depends what you want, you know,
I
what
would never have thought of
speed you
that.
want. Yes, it's versatile.
Yeah. So people have asked too, you know, particularly with the aura as well, because people are playing around a lot with the adjustments on it. The grooves around the drive wheel and the grooves around the pulley, how much does that affect your ratio? I know you need to have them lined up so it doesn't, you know, so that the drive wheel stays straight. But how much influence are the grooves on the drive wheel on the ratio if you change them?
Susie, you would know more than me about that, I'm sure. What I notice is that the further it goes out, the harder it pulls.
Yeah.
Andrew, have you got anything to say? No. No, we're all lost for words.
Yeah, well, basically,
Please send in your answers.
when people ask me that question specifically, my suggestion is usually to just try it out and see what happens, because
Yes.
there is no disaster coming on that one. It's really, I always thought it was just you need to keep it lined up, but if it puts more tension on the drive bands, then it is going to increase the speed, so reduces any slip as well.
The thing is, so many people want to do different things with it, and you know, I can say that I like using, say, the fastest grooves on the high-speed head, and other people say, well, it's too fast, I can't keep up, or it's not fast enough even.
Yeah.
We have had people years and years ago saying we want something that'll do 70 to 1.
Wow.
And Owen used to say, well, I hope they go to the gym because their legs will need to be very strong.
Yeah. I can't even imagine.
So a lot of it's just personal preference. You know, the options are there, and in a way, it's in some ways it's up to you to try and see what suits you.
I think that's a big part of it. It's just to try stuff out and see what works for you. You can't really break anything by trying out stuff like that. It's just it's worth experimenting and playing around with.
But letting us know what you found out is always good too.
Yeah. Chantal wants to know how much yarn can I get from 100 grams of fibre. Okay, Chantal.
Oh. Has she heard the old adage, how long's a piece of string?
Yeah. That's what she's saying. Okay.
I think she's just being naughty.
I think she is. Yeah, well, she was advocating blue, I think, for the next bobbin.
Oh, was she?
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. We'll see how that goes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I think we're done. I think it's time to say goodbye. So our next broadcast is coming up next week, and I believe it's on the Aura next week. So I will have mine set up beside me, and we'll talk about the main features on the Aura and perhaps do some comparisons with the other wheels that we've talked about already.
And I'll use mine this week too.
Yay!
I've been rosing.
Have you? Oh,
Yes, I have
nice.
to do some auraing.
Okay, so Aura, it is next week. Thanks everyone for joining us, and see you later.
Bye. Thank you for coming.
Stopping now.
So this is like being on the TV, isn't it?
Yeah,
When they're waiting for the stop.
it's still stopping. There we
Says live.
go.